is good, you guys? It's your boy YungSnowden, aka Hoodstream, aka Young Sean Wotherspoon, aka aka Baby Wotherspoon, aka Young Nash. You know what I'm saying? Young Nash. Yo, Nash be stunting on us, man. Like Nash, shout out Nash, dude. Nash, baby Nash, you're fucking dope. Anyways, if my fit doesn't give it away, I'm kind of here to talk a little bit about vintage clothing, and more specifically this app called Depop that some of you have probably heard of. Some of you might have not heard, some of you probably haven't heard of it, and I don't blame you. It's not like that popular. So like really quickly, what is Depop? Depop, basically imagine Instagram with like PayPal features. So you can list anything on Depop, but like the real like culture that exists within Depop is like 90s vintage. Like you guys, I'm seriously, oh my god. So that reminds me, 90s vintage, I'm wearing some crazy ass shit right now. So like some of you guys know, I used to have a Depop store a while ago, and I recently started a new one just because like the first store was mainly my way of like trying to figure out how the app works. Like how do you get those initial first customers? How do you promote? You know, how do you make sure people even find your shit? So point is, I want to get you guys a little up to date. I want you guys to like skip past all the mistakes that I made so that you guys can just start a Depop store and like start making sales, like most likely like week one. Like you'll have at least 1 or 2 sales. Just some tips. Obviously like the main tip is just have dope ass clothes, right? Like there's no way around that. If you have dope gear, then damn, people are gonna cop. Another thing is like what kind of gear should you be posting on Depop, right? So I'll show you guys, like this is stuff that's on my Depop literally right now. So literally like this is a vintage Timberwolves shirt. So it says hot stuff, but it was just crazy for me when I thrifted this because it's a Timberwolves shirt with no like wolves anywhere on it. So it's like some shit I've never seen before. It's just like retro fonts. And this reminds me of NBA Jam. So yeah, basically like what I'm wearing right now is on my Depop store. So this is kind of like the stuff that I try to sell. This is kind of what you want to aim for, like starter jackets, like anything 90s, late 80s. Like this hat, for example, like this is something that you definitely would put on Depop. So this is a vintage Melrose Place hat that I found. Like Melrose Place was like a poppin' ass show in the 90s, or it's just a poppin' ass street to this day in LA, right? So it's just, I don't know, something about it, right? Melrose Place, like there's some nostalgic thought about it. So that's like dope. That's like perfect for Depop. So some quick tips, you guys. It's not that much, but it's definitely some stuff I wish I would have known early. So tip number 1, you guys, so you want to make sure you take really good pictures, and a simple way to do that, I know sometimes you might be saying like, oh, I need a good camera, I need a new phone or something. But realistically, your phone probably already has a decent enough camera to take a good picture. Something I discovered about photography, a very vital element of what makes a good picture is actually the lighting. So if you have like a whatever camera, the picture is gonna look super dope if you have really good lighting. So I'm always like trying to find hood ways of doing shit. So a hood way of getting really dope lighting is literally the sun. Like that's the dopest lighting you could ever have. So like I'm doing right now, like I want good lighting, so I came to like a park. I came outside just to have like decent lighting. I know my hat's kind of blocking the light, but you know, you go outside. So when there's like sun, try to remember like, oh shit, I should take some pictures right now because lighting is really good. So it's kind of dope too because it gives you pressure. It's like, oh shit, you start your day, the sun is out, take some pictures, list some new items, take really good pictures, you guys. And also something that I did, you can go to like any dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar Max, 99-cent store, 98-cent plus, 99-cent plus more. Any of these stores, go to that one aisle that has all the like school supplies, and right there you'll find like those big ass like white boards that you'd be like, what the fuck do people use these for? You know, like kids got projects like every week. Like why do they have these big ass boards in stock? I don't know, right? I still don't know. but you can use those to take really good pictures. You can use those as a backdrop. So that's actually what I do. I literally bought like 4 of those big ass white sheets, and I just like tape them together to make like one really big square, and that's my background for my photo. So if you look at my Depop, which I'll put my description down below. So tip number 2, you guys, you want to, just how you want to have a really good picture, you want to have a really good description. So take your time. I know taking the pictures might make you like a little tired. Like if you take pictures of like 10 different items, I understand it's tiring. You just want to list it, put the price, give me my money, that's it, you know. But you know, like everything with every reward, you know, you gotta work a little bit. So if you want the reward of selling gear and like making that side money, you gotta put in the work, man. And part of the work is the photos, and another piece is just a cool description. So look at, for example, look at my products, kind of how I list them. I list the title like in all caps. I'll list the little description about the condition, and then I'll try to put like any hashtags that basically go with the item, and then I'll even put the measurements of the gear. So that's another big thing. So this is like tip number 2 and 3. You want to measure your gear. Definitely that's another flag. If somebody sees a product they like, pictures are good, and they know the measurements of it, and they see that you kind of took your time with the description, you even said like, oh, this would look good with jeans, or this would look good with shorts, or this with whatever would look really good. Like give people ideas on how to wear it. Like get people thinking about like, oh yeah, I like this piece, it would look good with that, or like this is a good shirt to wear to the beach. So that's tip number like 2 and 3. So you want to make sure your descriptions are really cool, and you can use my descriptions as a template. I think those work really well. I'll put the link to my store down below, and just look at how I create the description. I know it looks really long, but once you get used to it, it's really not that much. You can like create your own templates, but definitely use mine as a template to start off. But I just try to do product title, like product name, a cool description about like maybe it has a stain on it, which isn't bad. Like be honest about if it has any markings on it. Like people don't even care. Yo, shout out to the homies right here. So even if like you thrift a shirt that's like has a stain on it, like be honest about it. Like show it in the photo, or like outline it in the photo, or at least write it in the description. Like there's a small stain like on the left side, whatever. So those are some really good tips. We got good pictures, take your time with the photos, go buy those whiteboards, have cool white backgrounds for all your pictures, make them look as neat as possible. Look at how I take the photos. Like I'll take a generic picture of the whole shirt, then I'll take a picture of the tag, then I'll show the back side of the shirt, and I'll show maybe even like if it has any stains on it, like I'll take a picture of that stain and I'll just put that as like the last picture. So that's really dope. So far we have take really good pictures, we have make really dope descriptions, like try to talk to the customer, try to tell them what looks good with it, like how did you wear it, did you wear it like a lot, did you wear it a couple times, did you get compliments on it? Like mention if you get a lot of compliments for a shirt or a hat, like just write that in there, like be cool too. Because again, like it's not strictly selling. Like you might even buy something from your customers just because they might have dope vintage stuff too. So it's good to be cool. It's good to be cool no matter what, man. So again, measure your clothing, you guys. That's like a huge one. Measure your clothing, because if you don't, people are gonna message you like, how big is it? Does it fit like a medium? Does it fit like a large? Even though the tag says large, you're just gonna get a bunch of questions. And honestly, you can't blame them, because sizes were different. Like when it comes to vintage clothing, like sizes were different, so people are gonna ask. So that's like 3 awesome tips so far. Another major tip, which might be the most important, so I saved it for last. Refresh your products. So this is something that doesn't exist in Instagram, but it does in Depop. You can actually post a product give it some hashtags, and just like Instagram, it'll appear as the newest thing under that hashtag. But you can actually refresh your listing, so meaning like you can edit the listing after you've posted it, like the next day or an hour later or 2 weeks later. You can edit like the text of it, the description, and you can update it. And when you update descriptions, that actually updates it for all the hashtags as well. So that's a major key. Once your products have like dope descriptions, dope pictures, you have the measurements, and you're refreshing it, meaning like anybody that searches like the 80s hashtag, they're gonna see your shirt. Anybody that searches like polo hashtag or like Nike hashtag, like they're gonna see it, which is crazy. So always refresh your product so it stays up to date and it doesn't like get buried in all those hashtags. If not, there's no point. The hashtags are another thing. So tip number 5, you guys, aside from refreshing it, make sure you have good hashtags, and make sure you include the Depop hashtags, which let you get featured on the app. So there's like an explore page just like Instagram where they'll feature like people's clothing, and I've actually been featured a few times, and that definitely like helps you get a lot of followers like really quickly. So on my first store, like a couple products got featured, and I think that's because I use certain hashtags. So if you want to be featured on Depop, I'm gonna give you like the major key right now. Use hashtag Depop, hashtag Depop store, hashtag Depop shop, and then make sure to @Depop. So make sure to like @them as well, because they have like a team that's always just looking through the app trying to find like good pictures. So again, this comes in handy. Make sure you have good pictures, because if an employee happens to see your listing, they'll literally like feature your stuff. Like it's not impossible to get featured, especially right now that Depop's not that popular. It's like really easy to like have your product featured on the app for everybody on Depop to use. And even on my new store, I already got featured. So again, I use these same hashtags, so there's no difference why, like there's no difference why they would feature me and not you guys. Like if you use these exact hashtags, like, and your pictures are good, description's good, your shit's gonna be featured. So take advantage right now that Depop's not that big too. That's why I think this even works right now. So that's basically what I've learned so far. But make sure to check out my store. I'm gonna put a link down below. Let me know what you guys think about the gear. If you follow my Snapchat, you guys see that I kind of start my day thrifting usually. So all the stuff that I find, I listed on my Depop. Even the stuff I'm wearing right now, like you'll see that on my Depop. So if you're interested in anything I'm wearing, or you just want to check out my store, like please click the link below, follow, and show me your guys' store. I want to see like what you guys sell. I swear to God, I would even buy stuff off you if you have like dope shit. So let me know if you have heat for me to buy, or check out what I'm selling. You know, maybe you guys are interested. But definitely check out my products just so you can use my description as a template. So feel free to copy paste that, save it in your notes just whenever you're ready to list some stuff. That's worked really well for me. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, guys. I'm gonna have to go skate for a little bit right now. But yeah, peace out, you guys. Let me know.